personal. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable, True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, interesting stuff going on in the lower weight classes because, you know, we do know that Kazuto Ioka, he was kind of like, he has a lot of options, you know. He had that fight earlier in the year, the big unification fight. Not earlier in the year, but on New Year's Eve of 2022. He had that fight with Joshua Franco. It was a big unification fight to close the year out in 2022, and it was a fight where it was a lot of nip and tuck. Some people thought that Joshua Franco was robbed. I wasn't one of them. I thought Kazuto Ioka, his counter punching and his effective punching did enough to win him a lot of those rounds, but a lot of people liked the aggression and the volume of Franco throughout the rounds and feel like he imposed his will in the fight. So it really was one of those fights where it came down to what did you feel like was the more dominant aspect of the fight. I felt like Ioka's sharp and clean punching was better throughout the fight. That was just me. Some people disagree, but it was a good fight. So it ended in a draw. Nobody won. Ioka had a WBO mandatory title defense against his countryman Junto Nakatani due, and I had made videos about that going into that fight. And it turns out now that Ioka, he's gonna drop the belt. You know, he said forget all that. I'm gonna drop this belt, and I want to come get that. I want to run it back. I want to come get that smoke with Joshua Franco. So this time when he fights Franco, it won't be a unification. It'll be a WBA title fight. The belt goes vacant, and we'll get to that later on. But man, let's talk about Ioka because, I respect it. He really wants to prove that he was better than Franco. A lot of people were like disappointed with his performance. I mean, personally, look, I was actually more impressed with Franco than I was Ioka, even though I thought Ioka won, because I expect a lot of Ioka. I rate him highly. Ioka was just coming off of a dominant performance against Donnie Nietes, one of the best performances of his career, and he's not too many fights removed from that big, devastating knockout, the pinnacle of his career when he knocked out undefeated Kosei Tanaka on December 31st, 2020. So it was a little bit of a letdown for me from Ioka. But now that he's going back and running it back, and now we're gonna see who really is the better of the two. The question we gotta ask though is, do you consider it a duck? Do you think he ducked Junto Nakatani? Because I know there are people in the hardcore boxing fan culture that feel like Junto Nakatani is the next guy up from Japan. He's the next guy that's gonna really make some noise around these weights and become a champion at 115. And would have been a big super fight, but I'm not even, honestly, I don't even want to harp on that too much as far as did Ioka duck him. I don't think Ioka ducked him because Ioka has a disputed fight in which he's trying to really right his wrongs and clear up that confusion. So if he can go beat Joshua Franco, which I feel like he should because I feel like he's the better fighter, then he can go and explore a fight with Nakatani later on down the road for Japan. But now that he dropped the belt, and this is what I really want to talk about because I think now this opens up a great possibility for Japanese boxing. Now, if you look at the rankings of the WBO, Junto Nakatani is the mandatory challenger. He's number 1. Number 2, you have Andrew Maloney. Now, we don't know what Andrew Maloney's going to do. Maybe he fights, maybe he doesn't. I'm not so sure. I think he probably does fight him because, Maloney, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I haven't made too many videos about the Maloneys. They're good little fighters, but I get them mixed up. I still can't tell which one is which. But Andrew Maloney, this is the one that got knocked out by... No, he didn't know. He never fought Inoue. So it was the other one. Jason Maloney fought Inoue, but this is the one that fought Franco twice and lost to him twice and had the trilogy. Okay, so Maloney, I feel like he's gonna want that chance to become champion because he was done wrong in the Joshua Franco fights, in one of them. So I feel like he's gonna have a lot to say. Was it him? I don't even remember now. I'm getting old. I'm 28 now. My memory is all messed up. But them fights are kind of weird. Him and Franco, right? So I think he'll take the fight. But in the event that he doesn't take the fight, and this is what I wanted to talk about, If Maloney doesn't take that fight, then you got Kosei Tanaka sitting there at number 3. Now, Kosei Tanaka is one of my favorite fighters from Japan. Kosei Tanaka is a fighter that, he was just going through this weight class like it was nothing, picking up titles easily. And then he tried for a 4th division title in that fight against Ioka on December 31st, 2020. He got knocked out. Ioka had him doing cartwheels all around the ring. But he's matured a little bit since then. He's actually been in camp with Ioka because they had the same coach now in Ismael Salas. And I would just love, I really, really would love and enjoy the prospect of Kosei Tanaka fighting Junto Nakatani for the belt, because I feel like those are 2 of the youngest in charge of Japanese boxing. Those are 2 of the youngest, brightest stars of Japanese boxing. You got Junto Nakatani with the high volume, all action, southpaw style with the punching power and stuff like that. And then you got Kosei Tanaka, who can do a little bit of everything. Kosei Tanaka can box, he can counterpunch, he can slug, and he's a really fun fighter to watch. And he's beaten a lot of good fighters in the lower weight classes. He's kind of been, ever since the Ioka fight, been moving along a bit more slowly. So Tanaka wants to really get this 4th title and show the world that, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm a 4-division champion. And I think for him, really, him winning a world title in this weight class, I feel like it would hold more weight than the other ones, because he's had to really, really scratch, claw, and fight his way up the rankings at 115 after that loss. So, I really feel like a 4th division title for Kosei Tanaka, it's going to put him in rarefied air, because, you got Ioka, who's a 4-division champion. I believe Inoue is what? Inoue is a 3-division champion. Or Inoue will be a 4-division champion if he beats Stephen Fulton. So this win, I believe, would make Tanaka the 2nd Japanese fighter ever to become a 4-division champion in the history of boxing. If he obviously gets this fight and then wins it before Inoue beats Fulton. So at best, he becomes the 2nd Japanese fighter to become a 4-division champion. At the worst, he becomes the 3rd Japanese fighter to become 4-division champion if Inoue fights Fulton and beats him or whatever, So there's a lot of history that can be made. So that's kind of why I want to see that fight. But yeah, a lot of moving pieces at 115 right now. I know that Fernando Martinez and the dude, number 1 contender, Jade Bornea. I don't got it in front of me, but I know yesterday I saw an article on Boxing Scene that apparently Puma Martinez is supposed to fight the number 1 contender, Jade Bornea. And I think the minimum purse bid was like a really small number. Like the number was like, I got it in front of me now. Number was real small. Like the TGB Promotions who promote Fernando Martinez for the Jade Bornea fight. Bornea is the number 1 contender in the IBF. He's the challenger. They submitted an offer of $25,000 for the purse bid. And that's what it is. So I guess Fernando Martinez is going to get 65% of that, which is 16 grand, and Bornea is going to get $8,750. So is this what they're getting paid? Wow. This is crazy. See, I didn't even look at the whole. I didn't look this deep into the figures, but wow, Fernando Martinez is getting paid nothing. So like, when they tell you guys that like world titles don't mean everything in boxing, and shit, he's gonna make $16,000. Hopefully, PBC and other parties involved, like they go ahead and they pay this man a little bit more than that, because he's a world champion. You want to show some respect, but a lot of interesting moving pieces at in the 115 division right now. You got Ioka, who's doing the rematch with Franco, dropping the belt. He drops the belt, so now either Maloney or Tanaka are gonna fight Nakatani for the vacant WBO title, and then now you got the IBF champion, Argentina's very own Fernando Puma Martinez, who's supposed to fight number 1 contender Jade Bornea later on this year. Fight goes to purse bid. The only offer that's really made is a $25,000 bid by TGB Promotions. So he's going to be the world champion and make 16 grand. You hate to see it. You really, really hate to see it. But that's just how life goes sometimes. So got to roll with the punches, make it do what it do. So Let me know what you guys think. You know, this is supposed to be a video just about Ioka and Joshua Franco, but I guess it turned into, you know, as I went along, it turned into a super flyweight division update for you guys. So make of that what you will. What do you guys think about the rematch between Joshua Franco and Ioka? What do you guys think about Junto Nakatani against either Andrew Maloney or Kosei Tanaka? And what do you guys think about Fernando Martinez, the IBF champion, only going to make about $16,000 for his fight against Jade Bornea? If you know, make of that what you will. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. I do read all the comments, even if I don't respond, so leave them down below. Make sure you subscribe. Keep supporting the channel. We're definitely growing, and I'm happy about all the continued growth. So thank you guys for the support. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.